So question 20. A badge is the shape of a quarter circle as shown below. Calculate the perimeter of the badge. So remember, perimeter is basically adding all your sides up. So we've already got two sides here, which is 9 and 9, which is the radius of this. So we need to know what the curved line would be. Pi times diameter would be the circumference or the length of the whole circle outside. But this time, it's because it's a quarter circle, we're going to have to divide by 4. So the diameter would be 18 because this is the radius and the diameter is 2 times the radius. So it's 18. When we put this into our calculator, we should eventually get 14.14, which is the curved length of this quarter circle. So to get the perimeter, we add our two 9s together, 9 plus 9, which then becomes 18, and we add the curved length of this, which is 14.14. In total, you should get 32.14 centimetres as the perimeter. Okay, 21. The test scores for the 10 boys are in the class R. So it's giving you the test scores of 10 boys on each one. The mean test score for the 5 girls in class is 8. Calculate the mean for this class. So the first thing to do is to get the total of the boys in the class. So the total test scores would be 65 if you add them all up. The next one would be to get the girls' total. Now you know the mean is 5 for the girl, or there's 5 girls, but the mean is 8. So what you're multiplying is 8 times 5, which is equal to 40. So the girls' total is 40, and the boys' total is 65. So to get the class total, we would need to have 65 add 40, which is 105. And to get the class mean, which is 105, which is the total, divided by how many there is. So there's 15 in the class, there's 10 boys and 5 girls. So when you divide those two, we should get 7. So the class mean would be 7. So question 22 is given that 4,500 is equal to 2 to the power of a times 3 squared times 5 to the power of b. Work out the values of a and b. So these are prime factors we're looking at this time. So one way of doing it is to get the prime factors of 4,500. So we're dividing by 2 until we get all our prime factors here. So we're using the left-hand side, which would be 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5 times 5 times 5, which then becomes 2 squared times 3 squared times 5 cubed. And when we look at it, well, when we compare it to the question, we can see 2 to the power of a, so that's 2 squared, so that's 2 here. Then we'll see 5 to the power of b, so b and 5 cubed, so b is going to be 3 on this question. For question b, hence write down the lowest value by which 4,500 needs to be multiplied to make a cube number. So what we're really wanting is all of these powers to be cubes. So it should be 2 cubed and 3 cubed. If all of these are 3, then we'll have a cube number here. To change the 2 squared to a cube, you have to times it by another 2 to make it 2 cubed. You have to times the 3 by another 3 to make it 3 cubed. So overall, you're multiplying by 6. 2 times 3 is 6. And that's how much you multiply that number with to get a cube number. So for question 23, the speeds of the cars on a road were recorded over a period of time. The results are recorded in a grouped frequency table. So for question A, it says how many cars were travelling at more than 40 mile an hour. So if we look at it here, this column here deals with the speed, and you can see 40 mile an hour is there. So all of these, 18, 2 and 2, are all above 40 mile an hour. So we just add that, 18 plus 2 plus 2, and we should have 22. So 22 cars were travelling at more than 40 mile an hour. So this one here, it says, which class interval contains the median? So first of all, to get the median, we add our frequency, which is 50. We take that frequency and we divide it by 2, which then becomes, we're looking for the 25th number. So we count down from 12 and we keep adding until we get roughly about 25th number. And what you'll find is the 25th number will be in this part here. We start at 12 and then it goes to 28, so 25 should be here somewhere. And the class interval is 30 to 40. So the next one is calculate an estimate for the mean speed of the cars on the road. So this is when you have to create maybe a couple more columns, which maybe is the midpoint, and you're timesing with the frequency and the midpoint. So to get the midpoint, we can add both of these up, 20 and 30, which is 50, and then divide by 2, which is 25. Or if they're quite easy numbers, you can actually work out more or less where the middle is. So 25, 35, 45, 55, and 65. So these are the midpoints. So 40 plus 30 is 70, divided by 2 is 35. Then we times the frequency times the midpoint. So it's 12 times 25, 16 times 35, 18 times 45, 2 times 55, 2 times 65. So we should get all of these answers here. When we add this column up, it's 1,910, and we take the frequency, which is 50. And what we do with those two numbers is we divide. So 1,190 divided by 50, which should be 38.2, which is the mean being estimated to that. Question 24 is a child's height is increased from 84 centimetres to 91 centimetres. Calculate the percentage increase. First of all, we have to find out how much it increased by. To do that, we take away those numbers. 91 take away 84 is equal to 7. We put this on top of our fraction. Then we take the initial value that we have is 84. It started at 84. We put that at the bottom of this fraction here. And then we times it by 100. So we change this fraction and to a percentage by timesing it by 100, which then becomes 8.3%. 25, ABCD is a square of 6 centimetres and 6 centimetres. How much longer is AC, which is the diagonal, than AD? So we have to find out what AC is and then find out how much longer it is compared to this. You can see the shape here is a right angle triangle. So to get this length here, which is basically the hypotenuse of our right angle triangle, we take the 6 and we take this 6 and we square both of them and then add them together. So 6 squared plus 6 squared, this is only when you're looking for the hypotenuse. So 6 squared plus 6 squared is 72. Then we square root the 72, which is 8.485, and then gets rounded to 8.49. So 8.49 is the length of AC. Next, we want to find out how much longer AC is than AD. So we take 8.49 and we take it away from the length of 6 there. So that means it's 2.49 centimetres longer.